Hi, I'm Starborn. Remember, to be a star, you have to shine your own light, follow your own path, and not be afraid of the darkness, because that's when stars shine brightest. Tonight's show, if you've been looking on our website, starborninstitute.org, you would already know that the title is Hurry Up and Wait. And the reason why you could be involved with that this week, those two different kinds of actions, is because there are some wonderful planets, in fact 4 of them, all trining each other gloriously in the fire signs. And fire signs like action, so you could really want to zoom ahead right now. And you could certainly be well in command of your language. You could talk somebody into a pretty good deal right now, since the Sun and Mercury are both in Leo. But you also may have your mind on travel or higher education, or even starting up an old idea of yours, maybe polishing it a little bit and getting it underway again. And so there is a grand trine in fire signs that can really allow you to hurry up right now. However, there's another grand trine going on as well. There are another 4 planets, and they are in the water signs. Water signs don't work like fire signs. In fact, the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, all rule our emotions, and they deal with relationships and our feelings. So after you're really ready to go and you've got your plans all well formulated, you might still have to slow down a little bit and wait for other people to decide how they feel about your ideas. In fact, a lot of people are going to want to see how they feel about a relationship, or about some sort of a change, even a move that could be coming up. So we've got to let those kinds of feelings sink in, and that's what the waiting is all about. Well, there's only 10 planets up there, so if there are 4 in fire signs and there's 4 in water signs, that leaves 2 others. And those 2 are in earth signs. And that is because Venus is at 29 degrees of Virgo today, and it is trining Pluto, which is retrograde in Capricorn. So that does lend some practicality or stability to your plans. There are actually no planets in air signs, and so there are not a lot of original new thinking going on right now. People are pretty sure about how they feel, or they're pretty sure about what they want to start up right now. And so the only question could be one of finances. And the reason why you could be worried about your finances is because there are 2 financial signs, Taurus and Scorpio. Saturn is in Scorpio, where it will remain for another 2 years, and that simply means that there may not be enough money, or there could certainly be a delay, even if the money is promised to you, because Scorpio rules money or resources coming in from any other source. So it could be your partner's funds, it could be your employer's funds, it could be an inheritance, grants, insurance proceeds, or it could simply involve credit or loans, or even taxes, because those are all the things that Scorpio rules. Scorpio also rules survival, and it rules the military and the medical field and the whole insurance industry. So those things can be very stable, but at the same time they cannot be as well funded right now with Saturn, that planet of delay, in the sign of Scorpio. So you could be a little bit worried about how to finance a dream of yours. And the reason why is, in the water signs we have Jupiter and Mars in Cancer, so there could be a little home problem, or there could be a family problem that can be stirring you up a little bit, since Mars is a rather passionate planet. But those 2 planets are trining that Saturn in Scorpio, which means we all have our emotions well under control right now, which is excellent. And that means that even if you're not happy about something, you can still control how you react to a problem, and you can be doing that with some sort of maturity and experience and grace right now, which is good. Those 3 planets in the water signs are trining a 4th one, Neptune in Pisces, and Neptune rules that sign. But because it's retrograde, it means that all of us are going to have to go back and pare down our dreams a little bit and see if they're going to fit in a reduced budget. And we all have to do that, and that can be part of the waiting. All right, what does this idea of hurry up and wait mean to all 12 of the sun signs? Well, Aries, for you, It simply means that you can be all fired up right now, and that is wonderful. After all, how many times have you been able to experience a grand trine in the fire signs? Not very often, Aries. So right now, the Sun and Mercury are trining your Sun where you have Uranus, and today the Moon in Sagittarius is also trining your Sun. So since yours is the sign of the pioneer, you may decide you want to hurry up and get out in front of everybody and do things all your own way. But I caution you not to do that, Aries. Instead, you should be joining a team. You should be following along. You should be listening to a charismatic leader who has an idea that may be a little ahead of its time. But if you would go ahead and be wise enough to let them do a little leading right now, you would certainly benefit in the end, and it would be easy for you to join a winning team right now. If you decide, no, you're going to have everything your own way, you're also going to have problems with that, Aries, because Mars, your own ruler, and Jupiter in Cancer are squaring your Sun, and Pluto in Capricorn is also squaring your Sun. Jupiter and Pluto are going to be squaring your Sun for the whole next year, and Pluto's going to be squaring it even longer than that. And so that means you could be threatened with some sort of change in management or change in policies and rules and regulations that could cause you a lot of heartache, Aries. And that's why, rather than trying to face a bunch of challenges, I hope instead under this wonderful grand trine in fire signs that you sort of hurry up and join a new team, one that's a real winner right now. So good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Taurus? Well, Taurus, this is simply a time when I think that you're going to have to sort of take a back seat to others who want to zoom ahead right now. That may not be your way anyway, Taurus, because after all, the Sun and Mercury in Leo are squaring your Sun, indicating a charismatic leader that would want to sort of take center stage without you, Taurus. And that is because they've got a great idea and they want to lead on it. Also, Saturn in Scorpio is opposing your sun sign, and that simply means that there is an old financial problem that has to be dealt with. You could have been successful lately in doing that as well. It doesn't mean you're finished with it. It may even take a couple years for you to sort of finish something off. But actually, Venus at 29 degrees of Virgo is trining your Sun right now, and that simply means, since it's at the last degree of the sign and it is your ruler, that this is a good time for you to sum up exactly what your small victories have added up to lately. And I think they've added up to a lot, Taurus. And so you can be very proud of an improvement in your health. That's what Virgo rules, or in your pocketbook, because Virgo rules accounting. So I think you are further ahead in things, Taurus, but I don't think that you're going to be stepping into a leadership position right now. Someone else is. So I hope that you are cognizant of that and just keep working on the good things that you're doing, particularly in the area of self-improvement, because you're doing a great job. Okay, what does it mean to a Gemini? Well, Gemini, remember I said there aren't any planets in the air signs. That means there's nothing in your sign or Libra or Aquarius, so there's nothing fortifying your sign right now, Gemini. But the Sun and Mercury, your own ruler, are in Leo, and they are sextiling your Sun, which means there can be somebody around with a pretty good idea right now who's looking for teammates, and I hope you are considering being one, Gemini, because after all, if you could get on a winning team right now and even contribute just a little bit, it would sure make you look good, and you wouldn't have to do much for that. The reason why I suggest you join a group right now is because that Venus in Virgo at 29 degrees is probably indicating some sort of a health matter that you really need to address and not kid yourself about anymore. And it can also be that there is the possibility that someone who has been quite helpful to you is deciding to leave, and sooner or later they're going to let you know that, but they could be deciding that right now. And not everyone's telling you everything, and that is because Neptune in Pisces is also squaring your Sun. So this is a wonderful time for you just to join somebody else that's got a great idea, because with the Moon in Sagittarius opposing your Sun sign, the emphasis is on somebody else, and it could be somebody at a distance right now. So you might feel like you're being a little bit overlooked right now, Gemini, and that could be true. But you can use this period of time to rest and recuperate and try to sort out how you feel about things. That would be a good idea. Okay, what does it mean to a Cancer? Well, Cancer, this is certainly a time when you can be quite involved with your relationships because Jupiter and Mars are both in your sign, and they are trining Saturn in Scorpio and Neptune in Pisces. So you may not be interested in rushing forward with something right now. Instead, you may be contemplating a very secure, solid foundation, financial foundation that you have. And because you are secure, or because there is some money around that perhaps has been delayed or kept back for quite a long while and is due to come your way, you may not be in a hurry for a lot of change right now, and that's fine, Cancer. This is a time when all of us want to examine our feelings and our relationships. Just remember, Cancer, with Pluto, though, opposing Mars and Jupiter in your sign, in order to have something new begin in your life, something will have to end. And so with good grace, you have to realize that even all of your dreams are not going to work right now, and you're going to have to pare them down a little bit. And it could be due to the fact that you may not have quite the energy level that you used to have, and therefore not everything is going to work out. But that's all right. You can dust a few dreams away and put them away and put them up on the shelf and still get by with quite a bit, because you are very secure right now, particularly emotionally secure. All right, what does it mean to a Leo? Well, Leo, the Sun and Mercury are in your sign, and because the Sun rules your sign, you can be supercharged, Leo. You can certainly want to be a leader, and because Mercury, that planet of communication, is in your sign, it simply means you couldn't do anything wrong right now if you tried, Leo. So you may want to get out among them. You may want to sort of pitch some sort of idea or deal right now, and you have a very good chance of succeeding at that. So this is a time when you should expand your sphere of influence, Leo, because you've got a lot of backup. The moon in Sagittarius is trining your sun, and also Uranus in Aries is trining your sun. So if you wanted to go back and dust off an old idea and present it in a new way, this is a great time to do that, Leo. Or if you had some sort of a start in the past that didn't quite get off the ground, now is when you should go back and give it another try, because you'd have a lot of help with that. There is also the possibility that somebody who is very well educated, as denoted by the moon in Sagittarius, or who is religious, or who is from a foreign country, can be quite attractive to you right now, and you would both get along very well. So there could be a very congenial relationship on your horizon. Good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Virgo? Well, Virgo, this is simply a time with Venus at 29 degrees in your sign that you need to sort of take stock of all of the wonderful things that you have accomplished this year, Virgo, and there have been a lot of them, and they have been rather significant. They may have come slowly over a period of a year, but you have been recognized or honored this year, Virgo, and you're being very well thought of by management. And the reason why is that Pluto in Capricorn, which rules management in government agencies or large corporations, is trining Venus in your sign. Pluto is retrograde. That means that a lot of people in management, or a lot of people at the top, are reconsidering or reevaluating information in order to get at the real truth about something. Pluto is a planet of truth. So when they go ahead and finish their review, which could be in September when Pluto goes direct, you will greatly benefit, Virgo. So if you've been reliable and dependable for a rather long time and just kept working away, not thinking anyone was noticing, you're wrong on that, Virgo. Somebody very important has been noticing, who could be grooming you for a higher position of one sort or another. So keep up the good work, Virgo. And it's not enough to know that you're pleasing others. It's time for you to take stock of your accomplishments and realize that you have really made a lot of progress this year, and you should be proud of that. Okay, what does it mean to a Libra? Well, Libra, Remember I said there are no planets in the air signs. Well, there aren't. And on top of that, Libra, for a long time now, there have been a lot of planets in the other cardinal signs harshly aspecting your own. So it has been very difficult for you to form congenial partnerships or to reach a compromise with anybody because other people have not been in the mood to do that. And that is still a little bit prevalent right now, Libra, so you still have to be a little bit careful because Jupiter and Mars in Cancer are squaring your sun, which means there can be a problem at home or with family members or in a real estate matter that is not working to your satisfaction, and you may not be able to reconcile other people to your point of view at the moment. Also, Pluto in Capricorn has been squaring your sun for a long time, meaning that when people in management want to make decisions, they're not considering your point of view at all, Libra, and that can be a little hard on you. Or rules in government agencies or large corporations can be changing, but not in your favor. So that can be a little bit hard on you. But the good news is, Libra, that on Saturday, Venus, your own ruler, is coming into your sun sign. And that is going to make a lot of difference in your life, Libra. First of all, your attitude can soften. You could have been playing defense for a long time. Well, when Venus comes into your sign, you might be in the mood yourself to do even more compromising, or perhaps you'd want to overlook a few things, or maybe you just want to start over in a relationship, and you would have the ability to do that. Also, you can be chosen as the peacemaker for others that are not getting along, and you would be very well adept at that and extremely skilled, and that could bring out the best in you. So there are better things coming your way, Libra, and I'm sure you're going to be happy about that, and they could be starting as early as this weekend. Okay, what does it mean to a Scorpio? Well, Scorpio, this is a time, remember, since yours is a water sign and you have that serious planet there, Saturn, that you can be very sure of how you feel about people. You know who your loyal friends are, and you are very loyal to them as well. And also a family matter or a real estate issue, even if it's not working out as the way you would like, you're able to handle that as well. But all of us, Scorpio, have got to look at our dreams as denoted by Neptune, which is very strong in Pisces now, trining your sun sign. And if you need to sort of scale back on your dreams a little bit right now because Neptune is retrograde, that's a good idea, Scorpio, because you can't solve everything or you can't have everything. Nobody can. So this is a time when I think you would prefer to wait. Other people want to hurry up. I think you want to think things over, not because you're afraid of anything, but because you want to make sure that all the commitments that you have made, you are going to be able to keep and still make a dream or two come true. So I think this can be a very quiet and introspective time of assessment for you, Scorpio. The one thing you may not have to worry about is where your next dollar is coming from, because you can know of some money that's been delayed for a while that you could get your hands on. And so I think that you have a strong financial foundation. It's just that you're worried much more about your relationships than about your finances right now. You don't need to be worried, Scorpio. You just need to take things slowly right now. So waiting would be a good idea. Okay, what does it mean to a Sagittarius? Well, Sagittarius, this is simply a time when you can be all ready to get up and go. And that is because the Sun and Mercury in Leo are trining your Sun, and so is Uranus in Aries, and you have the Moon in your sign today. And so that is wonderful, Sagittarius. It simply means you could either go on a long trip, or you could be meeting somebody who's very well educated, and they could be coming to visit you. Well, that would be great as well. But it also means that since the moon reflects light, that there can be a very favorable reflection upon you right now, Sagittarius, and a lot of people could be attracted to you. There is even the possibility that if you're joining a dynamic leader on a team right now, that an old idea could get sort of a facelift or a new start right now, or you could go back to doing doing something that you've done before, and you would do it even better than you did the first time around. So this is a very fortunate time for you. The only thing you have to worry about is that with Venus at 29 degrees of Virgo, there is a health matter that you have not been paying enough attention to, and you really need to get that straightened out right now, Sagittarius, so that you can be at your best. Okay, what does it mean to a Capricorn? Well, Capricorn, this is a time when I think you do understand that in order for something to begin, something else has to end. So yes, you are going to have to make some sort of a change. And it's not a creative change, Capricorn. It's a change of choice. In other words, you can choose to go ahead and follow a dream or keep kidding yourself about something, or you can choose to look at things in a small way and really cover the details of something, or take an accounting on something, since Venus in Virgo is trining your sun. And maybe you can be rather satisfied, once again, with things that do add up right now and that can put you on a firmer footing, particularly financially or in your health. And I think it's your health that has improved, particularly your mental outlook. And so I think that with a better frame of mind right now, Capricorn, you can go forward and you can accept the fact that some things you've got to let go of right now in order to perpetuate a new start. And the bottom line is, everything can't stay the same. And I think you know that. Since Pluto is retrograding in your sign, you can be quietly re-examining some of the truth about your evaluations, and you can get a lot of things straightened out right now. That doesn't mean you're going to zoom forward. It does mean that you are going to get some answers right now, and with that, and being armed with the truth, you can go forward in a while, in September, when Pluto goes direct in your sign. Okay, what does it mean to an Aquarian? Well, Aquarius, remember I said there are no planets in the air signs. Uh-oh. Does that mean that all the air signs are going to stop thinking and being creative and expressive? No, not at all, Aquarius. And in fact, it's your ruler, Uranus in Aries, that is beautifully aspected right now, because it is being trined by the Sun and Mercury in Leo, and also by the Moon in Sagittarius. So while the spotlight may not be on you right now, Aquarius, there can be some very bright ideas around that you could be attracted to. And my suggestion is that you go ahead and listen to somebody else's great idea with the intention of picking up a partner. The reason why partnership can be on our minds in the coming weeks is because Venus is going to go into Libra on Saturday, and it will trine your sun, Aquarius, and that means a wonderful partner could be on the horizon for you. And you need one, Aquarius. Yours is a fixed sign. And even though your sign rules genius and freedom and things that are inventive and ahead of their time, you just can't do it all by yourself, Aquarius. And with the Sun and Mercury in Leo opposing your own sun, you can either get into some sort of fight or standoff right now, or you can decide you need help and take on some sort of partner that can help you get on your way. And that would be a very good idea, Aquarius. So try not to be the Lone Ranger anymore. It hasn't been doing you any good, and you do need to expand right now, because money is a little shorter than you thought it would be with Saturn in Scorpio squaring your sun, and it's going to stay that way for the next 2 years. That's another good reason why you need a partner now. All right, what does it mean to Pisces? Well, Pisces, what it means for you is that this is a wonderful time for you to be examining your relationships and feeling rather good and settled about them. The reason why you can feel secure is because Mars and Jupiter in Cancer are trining your sun, and so is Saturn in Scorpio. So there is some underlying financial stability to a solid relationship in your life right now, Pisces, and that is going to take you far. Neptune is in your sun sign for the first time in your life, and that simply means under this magical grand trine in water signs that will last until next summer, that all of us can sort of forgive and forget, or we can grow from our experience and wonderful new things can happen in our lives. But that will be based on solid relationships and trust, and having the ability to exercise charity in a lot of different ways. And since your sign rules charity, Pisces, this is a time when a lot of happiness can come to you, and it will come just little by little, like footsteps in the sand. And that simply means that you can take a very long journey in the years when Neptune is in your sign, and at the end of your journey, there will be a golden rainbow, Pisces, and you will be a changed person. So you have all of that to look forward to with the solid relationships that are in your life now. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. I know that you can see the show anytime you want on our website, starborninstitute.org. And in case I forget to tell you next week, the studio will be closed during the last week of August and the first week of September. And so we're going to put some shows on, one that is called Relationships, that deals with how you can determine a good relationship from a bad one. And another one is a show called Checking the Chart. It's the way that I verify chart information, sort of to make sure I've got the right information about a client. So you have that to look forward to. But anyway, we'll see you here here at 7 p.m. next week. And remember, you can see the show anytime you want on starborninstitute.org. Bye.